and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys. We're off the back of yesterday's video where we spoke about the kind of problems that Barça are suffering with right now, what we're facing as a team. Today we're going to be talking about what we do next, about what Xavi must do in the upcoming game against Shakhtar away in the Champions League. We're going to be talking about the lineup, we're going to be talking about the personnel involved, and also about individual performances of late. It is all coming your way, so let's get straight to it. Because on Tuesday, at the earlier kickoff time, Barça will actually be travelling to Hamburg in Germany to face Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. Shakhtar right now are playing all of their Champions League home games in Hamburg. So Barça there will be travelling for an important game. And we have had, of course, a very perfect start to our Champions League campaign. We've had 3 out of 3 wins, 9 out of 9 points. And if we win this game, we would confirm our place in the knockout stages of the Champions League, which will be a big relief. After the past 2 seasons in this competition, that is what we needed. However, guys, how can we get that win? And not only about how do we win the game here, how do we actually improve our performance? How do we step it up a level and get back to the Barça that we want to see? And get back to a Barcelona team who are moving in the right direction again? I think there's several ways here that Xavi could go about that. Let's start first by talking about Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He, of course, is going to start in goal for Barca in this game, and I just want to say he was brilliant against Real Sociedad. There was certainly criticism of him after El Clasico, but I thought in the game against Real Sociedad he bounced back brilliantly. Lots of key saves there, especially in the first half, and look, without ter Stegen we would have conceded several goals, so he put in a really good display, and hopefully in this game we don't rely on him as much, but hopefully those performances do continue. Then though, I want to talk about Cancelo, because he has started, guys, every single game since he arrived at the club. He has played 11 games in a row from the start, and he did come off early against Real Sociedad. He was starting to look a little bit laboured. I think Xavi also wanted to change around the system a little bit, and I just think here, guys, at some point Cancelo has to get a rest. We can't just run him into the ground and start him every single game without fail, and I think here this is the perfect time. After the shambles that we saw against Real Sociedad, where the team looked unbalanced, Real Sociedad was slicing through our defence like it was easy. We gave up so many chances, especially in the first half. This is the perfect time for me to give Cancelo some rest and revert back to something that is tried, tested and familiar. I am talking about going back to basics. Hey, you like that one right there? Because that, in my mind, is what we have to do. Balde, Araujo, Christensen and Jules Koundé. They're all fit, they are all available to Xavi, and we know how well they function across that back line. We know that together they can be such a well-oiled machine at the back. And now personally, guys, this is what I would do. I would play Araujo and Christensen as the centre-backs, and then Koundé could play in the role that we saw him in last season as the right-back. Now, I know he doesn't enjoy that role. I know that he doesn't want to play as a right-back, but look, he's played the whole season so far at centre-back, and he's done very well. This is just one game. I'm talking about one game here whereby we use him in that role to just get things back on track, just to get the team balanced again, because I also wonder whether this particular setup here with the more conservative right-back can bring more of the best out of Balde, can reignite his game, give him a bit more freedom on that left-hand side, and that is something that we simply need to see. And for an away Champions League game, guys, I would personally feel very comfortable, much more secure, lining up in this way with a system that we know well, with a defence that has proven itself, and all of those players, they're top quality. And with that being said, I believe that defence there is good enough, is solid enough, is disciplined enough to still allow us to have an exciting midfield. I would stick there with Ilkay Gundogan, with Xavi and with Fermin Lopez, and I would have all of those players looking to make attacking inroads in this game. I'd hope that we had a lot of the ball, that we spent a lot of time in Shakhtar's half, and that this midfield can really make things happen and create a lot of attacking opportunities. And of course Pedri right now is still not ready to start. He did come on earlier than I was expecting against Real Sociedad. He looked good, and we should see him most likely again in the second half in this game, and that would only add to the quality in this midfield. But then it's all about attack, and that is the thing for me right now, guys, because you look at somebody like João Felix, who has also played a lot of football, by the way, but he was doing so well, I feel, early in his Barca career here, linking up with Robert Lewandowski when we were playing with a front three. Of course, then we had an injury to Lewandowski. He's been played in different positions. He's been played in the centre, off to the left, as part start of a 2, and I just think here, at the weekend, both Lewandowski and João Felix, again, they looked isolated. And for me, if you play with 2 attacking players only, don't even bother playing Lewandowski. I don't believe that he should ever play if you're only playing with 2, because there came a point, actually, at the weekend's game against Sociedad, where Lewandowski was himself putting crosses in the box. Now, that cannot happen. He either has to have the right supply, or you simply do not play him. And he did come off early against Real Sociedad. But for me, again, guys, I would go back to basics. Line up with 3 forwards. We've got a solid defence. We've got an exciting midfield. Line up with 3 attacking players there. Spread that threat right across the field, and you play João Felix. You link him up with Robert Lewandowski, and you have another attacker there. Whether that is Lamine Yamal, whether that's Rafinha, you can let me know in the comments down below which of those players you'd like to see start. I would be happy with either of them. Both of them could bring the kind of threat that we need in this game. But I just think when you're looking at that lineup there, it looks a lot more balanced. It looks like more maybe of a well-oiled machine. And I would also look at that lineup and say, guys, looking at the defensive side of our team, last season we were incredibly strong defensively. We were really well set up. But one of the problems was we didn't create enough. We didn't look that much of a threat going forward. But remember last season, guys, we often didn't line up with 3 forwards. We didn't have a player like João Felix in the team on the left. So I think here you've got the defensive side of the team set up well. You've got a good midfield, good players in there, good blend of players, and you've got the 3 attack-minded players up front. And I think in this game, it's not just about Shakhtar. This is about building again some foundations, getting some confidence back in this team, and ultimately winning a game and thinking, okay, we planned that well. We looked organised on the field. Our attacking play, it looked strategic. It looked like we knew what we were doing, rather than just going out there every single week and seeing something completely different. Everything being random, not calculated at all, and basically improvised on the field. We need a plan. We need a structure. We need a team here that looks like they have a clear direction. That, of course, must come from Xavi. And that is why here, I want him to go back to basics and to get this Barça team back on track. And so that right there, guys, is what I would love to see from Xavi and this Barcelona team on Tuesday. Big game, important game for us. We want to confirm our place in the knockout stages. But like I say, we just want to feel good again. We just want to feel as though this team is going in the right direction, that we have a plan, and that we all are moving forward together. So do let me know in the comments down below. What do you think there of my lineup? Are there things that you would change about that? Do you have any opinions yourself there on what we need to do to turn this form around? What do you expecting to see against Shakhtar? And do you have faith here that Xavi can get it right, that he can correct the mistakes that we are seeing and bring the team back to life? Do let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Let's hope for an improved Barca tomorrow, a much better performance to go with a good result. I will see you, of course, for the reaction after the game. Let's hope it's more exciting, but I will see you then. Thank you indeed for your support, but until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.